getting into it, so we're going to give everybody a minute here to come online and to notice that the video just popped up, and then we will start. So if you're just joining us the first time, then you might not know who I am. My name's Kris, and I'm an English teacher, and I do these lessons once every week. So if you have time on Tuesdays at this time, so it's 1:30 in New York or 8:30 in the evening in Moscow. So if you are available at this time, you should come and join our lessons each week, because every week we do this video lesson. So, okay, I see some people have come online, and if you can see me and hear me, tell me that in the chat right now, all right? Just write a comment and let me know that you can hear me or you can see me. So, yeah, everybody who's coming online right now, we're going to talk today about Halloween. It's a holiday, and some people, you know, watch this and they know about Halloween already, and some people don't know about Halloween. So also, if you've already written that you can hear me and see me in the chat, now I want you to tell me if you celebrate Halloween in your country. I know that there's a lot of people who come on the video from a lot of different countries around the world, and if you celebrate Halloween in your country, let me know. Let me know what country you're from, and let me know that you celebrate Halloween or you don't. And you can also tell me, you know, maybe what are some different ways that you celebrate Halloween, because Halloween is a little different in each country. So let me know how you celebrate Halloween, and we're going to talk about that today. Great, I see everyone can hear me, everyone can see me. That is excellent. So just so you know, guys, today the video is going to be a little easier than past videos. We're not going to talk so much about grammar. We're just going to talk about vocabulary and some different phrases that you can hear connected to Halloween and connected to topics about Halloween. So get ready for a very scary video today. You know, look at me. I didn't even shave today. I thought it would be scarier like that. So, okay, in the comments I see, here in Argentina, in some places, we don't celebrate it. Yes, I celebrate it. I'm from Mexico. Cool. I'm from Thailand. I don't celebrate Halloween. All right, it's cool to know. Well, just so you know where I'm from and who I am, again, my name's Kris. Usually people call me Kris Amerikos. And you can find all the information about how to contact me and how to find my groups in the description to this video. So if you click on the video that you're watching, it'll open up and you'll see a description, and you can find me there. And I'm from the United States, and in the United States, we celebrate Halloween. But a lot of people ask me about Halloween and how we celebrate Halloween. And honestly, Halloween in the United States is mostly for children. So young children, they wear costumes, they go to people's houses, and they get candy. It's a really fun holiday for kids, but adults don't really celebrate it. Sometimes adults have Halloween parties and costume parties and things like that. But as we get a little older, we stop celebrating Halloween because it's mostly for young people and kids. All right, we have, wow, a lot more comments here. So in the UK, a lot of people don't celebrate it, but more people do every year. In Brazil, we celebrate it, but in English school. We don't celebrate it here in Brazil. We don't celebrate it in Turkey. I'm from Hungary, but in our country, we don't celebrate Halloween. Wow, okay, so it sounds like most countries don't celebrate Halloween. But here in the United States, it's not, I can't say that it's a big holiday. It's not an important holiday, but it is a holiday that people remember and people look forward to. They really like this holiday. A lot of adults get a lot of pleasure from giving out candy to kids who come to the door. So, you know, in a few hours, people will start knocking on my door and I will need to give them candy. Some bad kids, if you don't give them candy, they could do something crazy like throw eggs at your house. But that's only, you know, those bad kids. Most people don't do that. Let's see. In the comments, in Mexico, some people celebrate Halloween. I'm from Armenia, and here in Armenia, mainly children and very young people celebrate it just for fun. Very cool. Great, great. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start talking about some vocabulary, some words that are connected to Halloween. And let's do it like this. I'm going to write the word on the screen, and you comment and you tell me if you know what that is. All right? If you don't know what that is, just say, "What's that?" And if you know what that is, maybe you can give a famous example of that thing or that person. So let's start this out. Let's see. In the comments, we have some questions. So someone wrote, Christmas or Halloween? Well, Christmas is probably the biggest, one of the biggest holidays in the United States. It's a very important holiday. But Halloween, not so much. You know, it's not so important. It's all about candy and about fun and about kids. So it's not the most important holiday, definitely. All right, so our first word about Halloween that we're going to talk about today is ghost. So again, if you know what this word means, give me an example or say something about it in the chat. And if you don't know what this word means, then just write something like, "What's that?" or "I don't know," or "Chris, please explain." So, do you know what a ghost is? Okay, I see another comment here. How old are you? Where are you from? I am 31 years old, so I'm already an old man. And I'm from the United States, and right now I live in Florida. And right now I'm in Tampa, Florida. All right, back to ghosts. Let's see, Casper. Yeah, Casper is the most famous ghost. Someone wrote, a dead person. Well, maybe, but a ghost isn't like a physical person, right? Because ghosts can walk through walls, and ghosts are immaterial. They're not physical, right? So we could also say that ghosts are transparent, which means you can see through them. Stephanie says, ghosts scare me a lot. Yeah, me too. Do you believe in ghosts? I see someone wrote here, ghosts do not exist. Yeah, and somebody even wrote the ghost smiley. That's awesome. Great, great, great. Yeah, ghost, and sometimes we call a ghost a spirit. So you might know what a spirit is. A spirit is like the person, but not in a body. So who the person is on a different level. Let's see, someone wrote us, what is your topic today? Our topic today is Halloween. And yeah, we should probably talk about the word Halloween, because a lot of people who I've met from different countries, they pronounce this word incorrectly. All right? It's Halloween. 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 And it's not Halloween. All right? We don't have the word hello in this holiday, and we don't have the word hell in this holiday. If you don't know what hell means, it's the place where the devil lives, a very hot place that you go if you're a bad person. Let's say it like that. without talking about religion or anything like that. Just an easy explanation. And of course, the opposite would be heaven. But so about ghosts and spirits, yeah, some people don't believe in them. Honestly, I don't really believe in them, but it's fun to pretend for Halloween. Great. So, do you know how Halloween is commemorated here in Brazil? What's the difference? I do not, Sylvia. If you can write more information about that in the chat, I'm sure it will be interesting to everybody. Marie writes, I'm from Chile, and we celebrate Halloween. We adopted this holiday, and it's growing every year. Excellent. Let's see. Someone wrote, Ghost is a cool song by MJ, Michael Jackson. That's great. All right, so let's go to the next word. And again, you should write your examples. And you should write, if you have a famous example or some way that's easy to remember this thing or this person, just write it in the chat. So the next word we're going to look at is zombie. Yeah, zombie. Zombies are really popular today. Maybe you can think of a TV show that's very popular that shows zombies, or a movie or film. There's a lot of them now. So I think we all know what a zombie is. How would you describe a zombie? Go ahead and write it in the chat. But what's your favorite zombie movie or zombie TV show? Okay, we have lots of comments coming. Let's see. Andrea wrote, zombies are really creepy. Lau wrote, Walking Dead. Yeah, I like The Walking Dead. Yeah, I really like it. Let's see. Danilo wrote, Dead Alive. Yeah, sometimes we call them the living dead. You're right. Very good. Let's see. They're popular in video games. Yes, they are. There was a popular video game where you had to shoot zombies. I used to play it when I was younger. Let's see. Another question. Where are you from? I'm from Florida. I'm from the United States. And today we're talking about an American holiday called Halloween. Walking Dead, Resident Evil, right? What about other zombie movies? Come on, guys. Do you know the film called Zombieland? It's kind of a funny zombie movie. Or a film called Legend. I Am Legend. Yeah, with Will Smith. That movie was really good. And the zombies were a little different there. So, yeah, Yachandra wrote, dead people that pretend to be alive. Yeah, those are zombies. You know, something to think about is that when we watch zombie movies and zombie TV shows, maybe we are the zombies. Did you ever think of that? Because we sit on our sofa or lay in our beds and we don't move and we're like, you know, dead. We're really the walking dead. You know, all of these zombie movies and zombie TV shows, they usually have this other meaning. And usually they say something about humanity, about us as people. And they really describe how we are. You know, walking around with our phones. Sometimes when I see lots of people walking around outside with their phones, I'm like, wow, they look like zombies. Like, you know what I mean? I think you guys know exactly what I mean. So yeah, some people could say that we are zombies. We are the walking dead because we're not living a full life when we do things like watch TV and use our phones. So we are modern zombies. And that's something that's really interesting. So, someone wrote Game of Thrones. They have White Walkers and zombies. That's true. I forgot Game of Thrones had zombies too. So yeah, guys, you know, I see a lot of people asking about me, where I'm from and everything like that. So let me just say a little bit about me, guys. So again, my name is Kris Huntley, or Kris Amerikos, and I'm not a zombie. And I'm from the United States. I'm an English teacher. I have a language center in Russia, and American teachers and British teachers, Australian teachers, they go to Russia and teach at this language center. They teach people English. And we teach online too. And I also train teachers of English from other countries. And I also help businesses around the world find teachers for their companies. And I also teach people how to start a language teaching business online. So yeah, I do a lot of different stuff, but I'm an American and I love traveling around the world. I live in Florida right now, so I'm happy because there's a beach, an ocean next to me. And but yeah, I really love English and I love teaching English. And thank you guys for coming and being on this video. And you know, every week on Tuesday, I do a video like this at 1:30 New York time or 8:30 Moscow time in the evening. And so thank you guys for, you know, supporting this and for liking the group English is Fun. English is Fun has a lot of great resources. And I also publish a new video every day. Actually, 2 videos every day. Every day. I've been doing it for about a year. Every day I publish a video on my YouTube channel and on my Telegram channel. So make sure you go and join those channels, subscribe to those channels. And guys, you can write me right now and you can add me to your friends on Facebook or on other social media sites. So yeah, if you want to contact me, just send me a message or add me to your friends or whatever. You can also find my group on Facebook, English with Kris Amerikos. So go find that and you'll find a lot of resources. All right, let's get back to Halloween. So we talked about, what did we talk about? We talked about zombies, and we talked about ghosts. Next, let's talk about witches. Witches, yeah. So what is a witch? Are there some famous witches out there? Which movies do you know? That's a funny phrase that we sometimes joke about in English. We can say, which witch is which? Imagine that you have 2 witches in front of you and you don't understand who this witch is and who this witch is. Then you can say this funny phrase that we sometimes say, which witch is which? Which witch? So yeah, great. Let's see, in the comments. Is your usual speaking like that? Good question. Right now, I'm trying to speak simpler and clearer so that everyone understands me. But honestly, when I speak with my friends, I speak faster and less understandable because, well, because they understand me. They're native speakers, so I don't think so much. But when I'm teaching students, I think about what I'm saying, I think about what they're saying, and that's what helps to, you know, understand the rules and to see how someone speaks English clearly and correctly. So, yeah. Someone wrote, witches are real, dude. Maybe they are, maybe they are. Someone wrote, Wicked Witch. Yeah, maybe you know the film The Wizard of Oz. And in The Wizard of Oz, there's the Wicked Witch of the West. Yep, there's a lot of famous witches. And let's see, someone wrote Avada Kedavra. That must be a Brazilian witch or something. Let's see, which of the witches teaches? Well, I didn't get that joke. Great. Oh, someone wrote Charmed. Yeah, that was a good show about witches. There was also an old TV show in the United States. It was called I Dream of Jeannie. And it was about a woman who was kind of like a witch and kind of like a genie. But yeah, great. Let's see. Someone said, where's your YouTube channel? Well, it's on YouTube. You can find the links to all of my pages and all of my channels in the description to this video. So if you click on the video, you can look in the description information about this video, and you'll find all of the links there. Great. Someone said, I'm a witch, grr. I don't think witches make that sound. But okay, next word, devil. Whew. This one's scary. So devil is the guy who lives in hell, right? Or we can think of it as the opposite of God. But for Halloween, a lot of people dress up like the devil because it's Halloween, it's scary. But we also need to talk about demons. And demons are like little devils. So they do things like devils, but they are not the boss of all of the devils or demons. They're just small devils. Demons might also be kind of like ghosts where they might follow you. But the devil is usually just one, the main guy. Let's see. Someone wrote 666, the number of the beast. Yeah, that's right. The devil wears Prada. That's a good reference, yeah. Someone said devil. My favorite devil is Lucifer. Lucifer is another name for the devil. That's right. All right, so let's go through some more words because we have a lot of words to talk about for Halloween. The next one is pumpkin. So pumpkin is one of the main symbols of Halloween. And people usually put pumpkins everywhere in the United States during this holiday. You can see pumpkins in front of everybody's houses. And yeah, also we like to eat things like pumpkin pie. And something you might not know is that you can call somebody pumpkin, just like you can call somebody baby or sweetie or honey. You can call somebody pumpkin. I think when my wife comes home, I'll call her pumpkin. She doesn't really like it, but it's Halloween. So when we talk about pumpkins, we should also talk about jack-o'-lanterns. And jack-o'-lanterns are basically pumpkins that we cut a face on. So we put a face on this pumpkin and we call it jack-o'-lantern. Special word just about Halloween. Somebody wrote, I don't get pumpkin spiced latte. Can you explain that obsession? Great. That sounds like a great drink, and I haven't tried it, but now I think I'll have to try it. So yeah, jack-o'-lantern is a pumpkin with a face. We cut the pumpkin and make a face on the pumpkin, and we put a candle inside of it. So that's what we call a jack-o'-lantern. All right, another word about Halloween, and an important term about Halloween, is trick-or-treat. This is what children say when they come to your house. They knock on your door, and you open the door, and they say, trick-or-treat. This means give me candy or scare me. And on Halloween, a lot of people do one of these two things. Most people give out candy to children, but some people like to scare children. And they create something like a haunted house. All right, in the chat, I see someone's asking, what will be your next topic? Right now, I don't have a topic for next week, but if you want to suggest a topic, you can add me to your friends and send me a message and tell me, hey, Kris, could you talk about this next time? And maybe I'll talk about it. All right? So, like I said, every Tuesday, we are here on Facebook doing a live video about English. Sometimes it's about grammar. Sometimes it's about something different. But today, it's about Halloween because today's Halloween. And on Halloween, you should tell other people, Happy Halloween. We don't say, I congratulate you with Halloween. We don't say Merry Halloween. We say Happy Halloween. So Yeah, trick or treat. This means give me candy or scare me. And when people set up a house that they try to scare people with, we call this a haunted house. And on Halloween, it's very popular to go to different famous haunted houses or popular haunted houses. And many people organize this activity. They make some kind of house or building where people can walk through, and it's very dark inside, and other people pretend to be monsters, and they jump out and scare people. So yeah, that's fun. And haunted houses are really, really popular on Halloween. It's like one of the main activities that people do. So let's talk about some other words associated with Halloween. First of all, the word costume. I think you know this word, but we need to remember that costume in English only means when you look like something or someone. So it's not about business, like a witch costume or ghost costume or something like that. It's when you don't look like just you. Okay, so when we're talking about business, we don't say business costume, we say business suit. And costume is about Halloween and stuff like that. The next word that we need to know is bonfire. And a bonfire is basically the same thing as a campfire. All right? Campfire, bonfire, it's basically the same. And these kinds of fires are what we make on Halloween. Fire, bonfire. So on Halloween, you might have a campfire or a bonfire outside, and you might stand around this bonfire and tell scary stories. Halloween, you might. That's a lot of fun. So someone wrote, a pile of wood burning. And I see Ben is in the chat too. He said, whoop, bonfire. Hey, Ben, thanks for joining us today. Ben is one of my really good friends. If you guys are ever in Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States, you should send him a message. All right, guys. So yeah, bonfires are a popular thing on Halloween, and they're kind of scary. Next, skeletons. Have you ever seen a skeleton? I hope so. We all have one. I know that's a stupid English joke. So skeletons are scary because a lot of times we think that they just walk around on Halloween like a ghost or a zombie or something like that. Let's see, in the chat someone wrote, do you do this program every day? No, we only do this on Tuesdays. Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m. New York time, or at 8:30 p.m. Moscow time. Every Tuesday. Great. So let's go to the next word. The next word is candy. And that's what children get when they come to your door. They knock on the door, they say, trick or treat, and you give them candy. By the way, usually children have a big bag with them or a sack. And when people give them candy, they just put this candy into this bag or sack. And at the end of the night, the children usually have lots and lots of candy. So when they get home, they start eating all the candy, and they start to have a stomach ache and start feeling sick, and they can't go to sleep, and the parents, are really, really happy about this. So Halloween is probably one of parents' favorite holidays as well. Great. So next, let's talk about spiders. Do you like spiders? Are you scared of spiders? I don't really like spiders. You might know a spider called a tarantula. It's really big and hairy. Yeah, lots of people are scared of spiders. When people are scared of spiders, we call this arachnophobia. But yeah, we can see people using spiders as decorations for Halloween. You might see stickers or something that looks like a spider on someone's door or on the outside of their house or inside their house or in offices or businesses because it's scary. All right, another important Halloween character is vampires. Yeah, everybody's writing in the chat, I hate spiders, I hate spiders, I kill spiders, I don't like spiders. I agree with you guys. I'm not a spider person. Spider-Man on the other hand, he's okay. Great. So vampires, what are vampires? Like, they're people, but they're also what? What animal? They are bats. Yeah, vampires are half person, half bat. So bats fly around, and bats are really scary too, I think. Have you ever seen a bat, like a real bat in person, in real life? They look kind of scary. Yeah. And, you know, bats kind of look like mice or rats. And they're not really the most friendly creatures. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Someone wrote, vampires, they drink your blood. That's true. That's true. Great, great, great. Okay. And speaking of that, the next word is blood. So blood, it goes through our bodies, right? From our hearts. And blood is another thing that we associate with Halloween. Blood and bones, right? Skeletons are made of bones. So bones and blood, those are scary things that we think about on Halloween. Great. Next, let's talk about some famous people, like Cyclops. So what is Cyclops? Maybe you guys know this guy. Maybe, you know, you've seen him walking around the street. You said, hey, Cyclops. And he said, hey, how you doing? Or maybe he didn't see you because he only has one eye, right? So Cyclops is a giant guy. He's really big, and he has one big eye on his head. So sometimes people might dress up like Cyclops, dress up as Cyclops. Another person that's famous and important to know on Halloween is Frankenstein. Yeah, that's how we pronounce it in English. Frankenstein. So Frankenstein is what? What is he? What's the story of Frankenstein? Do you guys know? Frankenstein was a dead guy, and a doctor brought him back to life. And now he's just a monster who kind of looks like a zombie and walks around like a zombie, but a lot of people think of it as just a monster or like a person. So some films and some shows, they show Frankenstein as like a monster that thinks and has emotions because he's alive. But usually Frankenstein just looks like a zombie. Yeah, and someone wrote, Frankenstein is the name of the doctor. That's right. Dr. Frankenstein brought the creature to life. And then today we call this creature Frankenstein. Great. Another famous and important person to know is Dracula. And what is Dracula? Can anybody tell me? What's Dracula? Dracula is a vampire. Yeah, probably the most famous vampire. And Dracula comes from Transylvania, which is an area of mountains in Romania. And, you know, people can talk about how Dracula was a real person, but the Dracula that we know, who's a vampire, of course, is not real. So let's see. Marcos writes in the chat, hi there, I'm an English teacher from Argentina. There's a controversy in my country about whether to teach about this holiday because being mostly a Catholic country, many narrow-minded people say we should not do it since it's all about the devil. Do you have any suggestions on how to go about this situation? Great question, Marcos. Thanks for writing. Sure, I can tell you how to go about this situation. You can use costumes that are not connected to the devil. All right. That's my first answer. I would also say that, instead of thinking of Halloween as a festival of monsters or, some kind of evil celebration connected to the devil, we can also just think of it as a costume party. It's just a holiday where people dress up. That means they wear costumes, and they, they just walk around and have fun in costumes, right? And they meet new people. They sometimes listen to music. They are friendly with other people and share candy with each other and, eat food just like every other holiday. So, yeah. Another way to think about Halloween is that sometimes people think that we dress up as different characters or we wear these scary costumes to scare away bad spirits. In the past, people thought that there were ghosts or spirits that came to Earth or came out on this night, and people wore scary costumes to scare the ghosts. That was the real reason for that. But today it's just fun. Great. Let's continue. We didn't talk about mummies. Mummies are fun. And dressing up as a mummy is really fun because, you just go get some toilet paper and wrap yourself in lots and lots and lots of toilet paper, and wow, you have a costume. Are there any famous mummies that you can think of? What do you think? Any famous mummies? I'm trying to think. I can't really remember any famous mummies. So a mummy is from Egypt, right? Because they would wrap a dead person in this special cloth, and then they put him in a special coffin. In English, we call it coffin, but when we talk about Egypt and we talk about mummies, we usually call this thing a sarcophagus. Yeah, big word. But yeah, so mummies are important when we talk about when we talk about Halloween. And I see Tutankhamun. Yep, there we go. Famous mummy. Yeah, great. King Tut, we call him. King Tut. Great. Okay, so remember we talked about jack-o'-lanterns? Jack-o'-lanterns are basically pumpkins where we cut a face, so you can see a face, and we put a candle inside. And we don't say cut in English usually. When we talk about jack-o'-lanterns, we say to carve a jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, to carve a jack-o'-lantern. When we carve something, we cut it to make a shape, or we cut it to make a certain picture or image. So yeah, we need to learn this word, to carve a jack-o'-lantern. Another interesting event that we have on Halloween is bobbing for apples. Bobbing for apples. So what this means is we have a big container or a bucket of water or juice or something like this, and then we have apples that are in this water. And you need to put your hands behind your back and try to pick up an apple with your teeth, with your mouth. So this is called bobbing for apples, or to bob for apples. It's really fun, and I really think that you should try it, but you will probably get your face wet. But this is a thing that we do, an activity that we do at Halloween parties. So let's see. I see Oksana just joined. Hi, Oksana. Thanks for joining us today. We're learning about Halloween. So bobbing for apples is a fun activity. Another thing that we do with apples, because apples are very traditional at Halloween, another thing we do with apples is we eat caramel apples. So we get hot caramel, or some people pronounce this word caramel, and we dip an apple in this caramel, and then we let it dry. And when it's dry, we eat this apple, and it tastes very sweet. and very good. I love caramel apples. Actually, now that we're talking about it, I think I'm gonna have to go get one for me and have a caramel apple today. Great. Well, so the next word that we need to know, evil. That's an evil laugh. The devil is evil. Demons are evil. Evil is like bad spirit. So we can think of two things. We have good, like angels and God, and we have evil, like demons and the devil. Now, again, I don't want to talk too much about religion today, because I teach English, not religion. And honestly, I'm not a very religious person. So, but yeah, we can understand these concepts like this. Another word similar to evil is possessed. Possessed. So possessed means that there's a spirit that takes control of your body. So this spirit or ghost or devil or whatever controls your body, makes you speak and do things. And yeah, we can say he is possessed. Jose wrote, your president is evil. You know, I cannot completely disagree with you there. So when we say that someone is possessed, it means that another person or thing is controlling their body, their mind, something like this. So yeah, so The Exorcist, there we go. Good example. The Exorcist is, an exorcist is a doctor who comes and helps someone who's possessed. Great. So next, candy corn. Maybe you know what corn is, and maybe you know what candy is. What do you think candy corn is? Candy corn is my favorite candy at Halloween. It looks like a piece of corn, but it's just all sugar. And you just chew it and eat it, and oh, it's so good. But it's only sugar, and it's really bad for you, so you shouldn't eat too many of them. Great. Another kind of food or drink that we have at Halloween is apple cider. You might know what cider is. It's a type of drink. Sometimes it's alcoholic. But when we talk about apple cider for Halloween, it's usually non-alcoholic. And this is a very, very popular drink at Halloween time, you know, in this period of the year. Remember that Halloween happens in the fall or in the autumn. And that means that, you know, the leaves are changing and it's getting a little colder. So people like to drink warm drinks sometimes. And apple cider is one of those drinks that people might drink warm in the United States. In the United States, not a lot of people drink warm tea. They drink hot coffee and warm apple cider for Halloween. Another drink that people drink, and this one is alcoholic, is mulled wine. So mulled wine is hot wine. Sometimes we might put some fruit in there, or put some pieces of apples or oranges in there, and it's a really good warm drink. So I really like mulled wine, but make sure you don't drink too much, or you might start seeing real monsters and ghosts and other things out there. Great. All right, guys. So I think we talked about vocabulary enough today. And that doesn't mean that we're finished. For those of you who stayed all the way through this video, now you're going to get some good English information about how to speak English and how to use English. Because the people who left at the beginning, they thought, oh, this lesson's all about Halloween and I'm not going to learn anything. No, 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 no. I am going to tell you all about some idioms and some different phrases and words that we need to use when we're talking about Halloween and when we talk about other situations. So first of all, to fear. So to fear something means that we don't like it, or we're afraid or scared of it. And we can also say a fear, like he has a fear of spiders. He doesn't like spiders. In this context, a fear is like a phobia. So it's something that we are afraid of. And we need to know all of these different verbs about being afraid. So to be afraid of something. That means I can say, I am, that's the verb to be, I am afraid of spiders, for example. We can also say to be scared of something. So again, I am, that's the verb to be, I am scared of spiders. Don't forget to use the word of. It's very important. Go ahead and write your examples in the chat. All right? Write your examples in the chat right now of to be scared of and to be afraid of and to fear. And if I see some mistakes, I'll try to explain it again. And, you know, maybe you guys haven't done this yet, but you can also click share on this video so your friends can also see, you know, what you were learning and what you were doing. That's a really good way to help your friends practice English. And, you know, you might not know it, but someone in your friends list might want to practice English with you. And if you share an English video like this one, then they might recognize that, that you're studying English, and then you can become study buddies. All right. We also need to understand verbs like to be scary, which is different from to be scared. Okay? To be scared is what we feel. Something does something, so a monster does something, and I feel scared. But scary, this is what the monster is doing. So I can say, the monster is scary. I'm scared. All right, you see the difference there? This is important because there are other verbs that work the same way. Like we can say, to be frightened. This is like to be scared. And we can say to be frightening. This is what the monster does. The monster is frightening. I'm frightened. All right, this is the same idea. To be scared, to be scary, to be frightened, to be frightened. And we also have the verb to scare, which means to make someone have this reaction, like, you know, no, someone's not expecting it, and you just, ah! This is scared, right? So maybe I scared you when I made this sound. All right, this is to scare someone. Or we could also say to frighten someone. All right. I know I probably scared everybody out of the chat and out of the video. But okay, what else? We could also say to give someone a fright, which means to scare someone or to frighten someone. Great. Also, if someone or something is scary, like the monster is scary, if we want to say that it's very scary, we could say it's terrifying. All right, this is like very, very scary. Terrifying. And we could also say that I am terrified of spiders. It's like I'm very scared, or I'm very frightened, or I'm very afraid. Yeah, I'm terrified of spiders. You know, I'm not actually terrified of spiders. I'm a little scared, maybe. I just don't like them. But I'm terrified of heights. That means being up in a high place. Like if I'm on a skyscraper or a tall building and I look down, I'm terrified. I don't like it. What about you guys? What are you terrified of? What terrifies you? go ahead and write your answers in the chat. Great. So let's move forward. We can also say that something is haunted. We can also say that something is haunted. And when we say that something is haunted, this means that ghosts live there. Okay? So there's some ghosts or evil spirits that live in this place. And if we go there, we might see them or they might do something to us. Usually we say haunted house, but you could also say that other things are haunted. So, for example, we could say, my computer is haunted. There's ghosts in my computer. And you might think that I'm possessed today because, you know, I didn't shave. That's just to scare you guys, you know, on Halloween. That was my costume. I dressed up as a bum. So yeah, great. Let's talk about some other things about Halloween. We didn't talk about werewolves. Werewolves are like half people and half wolf. And usually they change, they become a wolf or a werewolf when there's a full moon. So full moon means a circle. When it's not a circle, we could say it's a half moon, or we could say it's a quarter moon or a crescent moon. But full moon is when the werewolves come out. We also didn't talk about spider webs. And this is a really popular decoration for Halloween. So we talked about spiders, but spiders make spider webs. That's important. You know, that white, sticky thing. Spider-Man makes webs. Yeah, Spider-Man's cool. Great. So next, what about crows? A crow is a black bird. And it's really scary because we usually think that crows are near death or dead things or, you know, places where something bad is happening. So crows are kind of scary. All right, guys. The last part of the video today, we're going to talk about some idioms or special phrases that are similar to Halloween and scary ideas like that. So the first one is blind as a bat. Blind as a bat. What does it mean? Well, blind means that we cannot see. I'm blind. And if we say that somebody is blind as a bat, it means that he's very blind. He cannot see anything. He has very bad eyes or eyesight. So, yeah, blind as a bat. Another phrase that we can use is, it's dead and buried. And this just means it's finished. Forget about it. It's done, it's gone, it's finished. Great, next. We can say, drop dead. Now, this is a very rude phrase to say, but we usually say it to another person as a command. Like, I don't like you, drop dead. And it means we want this person to die. So it's a really rude thing to say, but, you know, it's related to Halloween. We might also say that somebody dropped dead. This means that he just suddenly died very quickly. Great. Another, not great, but next. We can say dead center. And this does not talk about a center that's dead. No. This means in the very center. In the middle, the very, very middle. So maybe if you're playing darts, you want to throw your dart and throw your dart at the board and hit the dead center. It means the exact middle. Great. Another phrase is devil in disguise. So this is like somebody who is trying to be nice or trying to get you to do something. They look like they're doing something good, but really they're doing something bad. Sometimes we also say, the devil is in the details. And this doesn't mean that it's something bad. This just means that the most important part, or the part that we focus on the most, is found in the details of what we're speaking about. So we could say, the devil is in the details. It means focus on the details. All right, another phrase that we can say is to dig your own grave. And to dig your own grave means to create problems for yourself. All right, just imagine, what does dig mean? You have a shovel and you put it into the ground and take the ground out to make a hole. This is to dig a hole. And a grave is the hole where we put a dead person. So to dig your own grave means to make problems for yourself and, to make a bad situation for yourself. And let's see, let's talk about another phrase, pale as a ghost. Pale as a ghost, yeah. So maybe you know what the word pale means. Pale is a color. It means that somebody looks very white. Or maybe we can say that their skin doesn't have color. They lost all of the color in their skin. So when someone is very scared or afraid, we might say, he was as pale as a ghost. And this means that, he didn't have any color in his face. He looks very white and scared. Sometimes we might also say he looked like he had just seen a ghost. It's the same meaning, just a different phrase. And the last phrase that we're going to talk about today is skeleton in the closet. And this is about a secret that you don't want other people to find out about. So we can say that every family has a skeleton in the closet. This means that they have a secret, not really a skeleton in the closet, but I don't know, it's Halloween. Maybe I really do have a skeleton in this closet. All right, guys, thanks a lot for joining today, and thanks for watching. Remember, I'll be back again next Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. New York time, or that's 8:30 p.m. Moscow time. And we'll have a different topic because we have a different topic every week. So make sure you come back. And if you want more content, if you want free videos every day, add me to your friends. Go to my group, sign up, subscribe for my channel. On YouTube, I release a video every day about phrasal verbs. And on my Telegram channel, I release a free video every day too. So if you want to learn English and you want, lots and lots of videos and lessons, just add me, send me a message if you can't find it. But you can find all the links to all my pages and groups and channels in the description to this video. So just click on the video, it will open up, and you'll see the description on the right side of the video. And then you'll see all of the links. So thanks again, guys, for watching and for joining me today, and I will see you next week. Happy Halloween!